Live or die. Live or die. Win the first quarter. Nothing left at the end of the first quarter. And we're going to have each other's back. Come on, let's go.
Veterans aren't immune to pre-game nerves. Even after 15 seasons with the Blues, Cade Simpson still feels the butterflies in his stomach as he makes his way to do battle for the old dark navy Blues.
A few nerves, a bit anxious, it's been a long pre-season, so you always look forward to this day. It's good that we're always the first game off on Thursday night against the Tigers, so we don't have to sit around all weekend. The scheduled time's usually 2 hours before. We don't really want anyone there after that. So, but yeah, it's sort of blokes just sort of filter in through from sort of 3 hours to 2 hours. Yeah, so I always sort of aim for 3 hours before. I'm just pretty structured, so although I don't listen to music and get too carried away, like getting pumped up, everything's sort of pretty the same week in, week out, whether it's just sort of doing up my boots and getting strapped. So I like to have the same strapper and stuff, as weird as it sounds. I try to keep everything as similar as possible, and I've found that probably over the years the routine sort of might have changed here and there, but it's something I'm pretty comfortable with, and you always sort of guaranteed a big crowd. Everyone's sort of hanging out for footy to start again, so the best probably bit about it is you walk out on the MCG, there hasn't been a game of footy there for 3 or 4 months, and the grass is like carpet, the weather's usually pretty nice, and no difference today, so start the season off well, and I know it'll be a big crowd and probably a lot of people watching on TV as well.
The 2017 AFL season kicking off at the MCG tonight in perfect conditions. Crowd slowly filing in, 70,000 plus expected. It's a delightful night. The grass looks absolutely perfect. It looks like it's artificial turf. That's how good the turf looks. Carlton v Richmond.
Confident back yourself in, mate. Excited?
Yeah, I am.
What's the biggest crowd you played in front of?
35.
There'll probably be 35 there now.
I know.
We're good.
The warm-up's going to be scary.
Enjoy it. It's, you're in good shape, ready to go. Know the system. Yeah. Should feel good, confident. Boys is good.
Don't walk out of here thinking, what will my game be like? I hope we win. It'd be nice to win this one. No. Be tough and hard. Tough and hard.
It's the first game of the 2017 Toyota AFL Premiership season. The Blues and the Tigers, let's get down to the boundary line. Carlton and Richmond to kick us off in 2017.
And the 2017 AFL season is underway.
The intensity was high at the MCG, a battle befitting the occasion.
In the ground, Simpson. He chased hard, he's cocked up the football.
Great disposal.
So Curnow, Casbolt, yes! So can he channel Sav Rocker here? We saw one kick on half-time. That's good, really good, huge, and that momentum building.
Levi Casbolt's improved goal kicking is not just by chance. After successful AFL and NFL careers, Sav Rocker has arrived at Carlton.
Strong. I'm still strong. 5? Yeah, 5. I reckon you're 5 or 6 kilos on me.
Rocker works as a specialist coach at the club, training the young forward line in the art of goal kicking.
Did you go right? Where? Just now? Did you kick that? All right, I'm just asking. Nah. This is a bad win for you. You really need to penetrate here left post. And it can't be one of those relaxed kicks and hope that, you know, that the wind's going to hold it there. You really need to penetrate that kick. Good meat. Yeah, we just make sure that we put the guys in situations that they're going to face out on the ground on game day. So, you know, really refining their routine and making sure they're in the right frame of mind when they're having shots on goal. You know, I have to really break guys down, and you know, with Levi, we really make sure that we're, you know, right on top of his ball drop, and you know, whatever I see and whatever he sees and feels, you know, we really do, you know, have a good communication. We know what, you know, each other's thinking a lot of the time. I like how you did your routine, even though we're close, which is what we want every time. Still do it from the 1 metre out.
I feel a lot more confident in my routine than I did this time last year. Even when things aren't going my way, he just says one little thing, and it tends to always be the same thing, but he just says it to me, and then next shot or whatever it is, it tends to fix things. So I think we work well together.
What am I going to say? Yeah. Your hand came off real early and then it slid across on that across bit. Make sure it's stationary before we let go.
Unfortunately, Carlton couldn't stop Richmond's clean attacking play and fell to the Tigers by 43 points.
So it was a big crowd on an opening night. Night one, game one, win one for the Tigers.
5 teenagers, about 7 under 21, 3 debutants plus our last year's crop of second yearers. So on the big stage they weren't intimidated. They weren't consistent for 4 quarters, and we know that's usually the case with first year players, but there was just glimpses, and that's our future.
There's so much growth and quick growth, because I didn't see you intimidated, I didn't see you intimidated, I didn't see you intimidated, you either. Didn't see you intimidated. You've got a truckload of people in a really young age bracket. Don't ever let that be your out.
Just be still and work that more crowd winning culture around here. So yeah, it's great to play the first day for a game, but I know you boys you want to win games for you. It's really about.
Yeah. You gotta hate boys and boys. You got to determine that you want it or you don't want it. There'll be blood, there'll be bruises, and you'll blow the GPS up.
So it is a chance for Melbourne to remain undefeated, moreover for Carlton to get the season rolling.
Round 2 provided a chance for Carlton to test themselves against the in-form Melbourne side. It was a hard-fought, scrappy affair, with Carlton taking an 8-point lead midway through the third term.
Silvani, a fumble in the end by Charlie Curnow. Wright loves a goal. Wright's kicked a goal. Wright's kicked 3. Blues are in front of the G.
The game also provided an opportunity for Carlton's first draft pick, West Australian Samo Petrevski-Seton, to shine.
Petrevski-Seton has never kicked a goal in AFL football. He has now. 5 in a row to the Blues.
I actually said it to my wife. I said I had a bit of a proud dad moment when he kicked it. It's you work really closely with these kids, and you feel the bumps, and you go through all the ups and downs with them, just that excitement and to see all the boys just get around him, it would have been just a hair standing up on your arm sort of moment for him, and it was the same for me sitting there watching the game. Yeah, just the excitement on his face that when he did get picked up, I knew that we had a really good kid on our hands. And it's funny, like I was working really close with him once he got to the football club, but he was a kid that really had a lot of self-drive and motivation, and he always had round one as his target to play AFL footy. And
nervous week. Leading into round one, and I had an opportunity of getting selected. So whether or not Bolt selected me, I think as we were about to go into a meeting, kind of pinched me and Andrew Walker to head into his office.
Boss, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. So
I'm going okay. It's close to the game day now, mate. I'm a bit more ready. Stand up, big fella. What do you reckon you're born to do?
Born to play footy.
Yeah, on the biggest stage, MCG. Now, there's a guy that I reckon you should put your arm around and say thanks, because you're going to play round one on the MCG, mate, 80,000. Good on you, one. Go get him.
Good on you, man. I'm pretty proud of you.
Hey?
You know, popping out.
You're right, mate. You play with instinct.
Yeah, no.
You play with what's natural.
Yeah.
All right. You play what's in front of you and work really hard, and then off you get.
Thanks again, boss. I was very speechless. I didn't know what to say for pretty much whole of the day. It was an empty box I had to tick. It was to play AFL game to get that dream ticked off as well. One, we're getting drafted, but the other one is to actually get that game under my belt, which I have. You build up all the excitement to walk out on the race onto the field. So there's nothing better than walking out onto the G round one and fulfilling my dream.
As the game wore on, Carlton struggled to contain the fast-finishing Demons.
Fires at goal, advantage call, Demons back in front.
And as the final siren rang across the MCG, it was Melbourne in front by 22 points.
Winnable game. We lost it on the back of following what we need to do for long enough. Be absolutely clear about it. Because the easy thing is to say, oh, we had a crack. And we're young. That's not going to be us. If you decide, we decide.
In the shadows of Icon Park, pre-training preparations have changed a fair bit for veteran midfielder Bryce Gibbs. After welcoming a son Charlie with his partner Lauren in 2015, Gibbs now has more than just packing his boots to think about.
You want some eggs?
Some eggs?
And some grapes?
Yeah.
It's easier that we do live so close, like that's handy. Loz started working, doing some Pilates, so it's good that she can drop him off at the club Monday, Thursday afternoons. Yeah. Lil looks after him and he runs amok upstairs at the footy club for half an hour or so. So it's handy that we're so close like that. I think it's just anyone playing footy, it's dada. That's sort of how it works, isn't it, Loz?
Yeah, he see anything to do with Carlton. Like I think at the club they've got the big cutouts of Murph and Juddy, and he just points and he's like, Dada? No, same uniform.
Left footer, we think. Where's your footy? So we've got a meeting at 11. He's up at about anywhere between 7 and 8. It's Brecky trying to pack the footy bag. He plays with Tilly, Daisy's little one. Levi Casbolt's got one. Walks has got 3 kids. There's plenty of people to play with. which is good. They can all sort of grow up together. And here, carry my footy boots. Carry these to the door. Ta? Daddy's going to... Bye-bye. You going to give me a cuddle? Oh, squeezy? Big squeezy. Oh, thanks, mate. Kisses? Mwah. I'll see you later, okay? Scorpion. Give us your best scorpion. Is that right, is it?
What's wrong with that hair today, son?
You run us through it. It's not doing much for you, I don't reckon. Yeah.
Morty! Get him, Morty! What's his name?
Oh. I reckon I had you there, Pulse. And you had a head start. And you're 15 years younger. I'll buy you a paddle pop if you can beat me. You can have a head start. Oh, you broke then.
What's that? Mouth guard. Huh? How did that happen?
I knocked it out in my first year and then it was just like a little wobbly, so took it out yesterday. Wait for it to heal and then put a screw in.
What the You're... Yuck! That's disgusting. Oh, look at me, I'm tired. Oh, no tooth.
Little party trick.
Oh, that's rank. Fish used to have it with both his teeth, and he'd just sit there and go. Oh, it was rank. Do you get a special guard made up?
No, you're going to have to take this out and wear a mouth guard.
They play with no tooth in. So what you mean when you have a kick a goal, you got to take your mouth guard out and you go, oh! Oh no!
Although I am going to stand on the mark and say, whose will we play this? Oi, Joe, do it!
I'll spew. If I see you and you don't have your mouth guard in, I'm going to, oh, I can't believe how ugly you are now. Have you seen him? Show him. Oh!
My dad's got like 3 of them
Oh.
on his front teeth.
Man, I don't think I can get through training with that, eh? Pelly! Oh! Well, yeah, when you're ready, just put that mouth guard in, would you?
If you have a look at the radar, it is going to bucket down at some stage during this game.
You've got to be prepared to play with the foot. You've got to be prepared. So for the next minute, I don't care what you do here. We're just not talking. And you get yourself prepared. So you are ready.
Carlton and Essendon. Essendon off to a beauty after their 2-0, and so it's all set up, these two great rivals.
When you come up against an arch enemy, form and ladder position go out the window. These games have a habit of bringing out the best in both sides, even in the most inclement conditions.
Murphy went low. Murphy was brilliant. Murphy's got another. Blues have got 3.
Because it's a game where there's so many mistakes. Defend, stay in it, be brutal all the time and you win it. All right? What it takes there.
The rain showed no signs of slowing, but neither did the Blues.
Murphy measures things up. Banana ball. He couldn't have. He has. That is brilliant.
Grinding out a 15-point victory, their first win in 2017.
Rain-drenched MCG, the Blues knock over the Bombers, and 5 Carlton players taste victory in a Blues jumper for the first time.
I want you to reflect just now on how good this feels.
But you've got to reflect not on the feeling now, but the work rate that you just put in. So reflect on how good it feels, but more importantly, reflect on what you had to do in this state of mind in the game to get the result. They're never handed to you. It hurts. It hurts. The game hurts. And we've got to ask you to do it again in another 6 days' time. But feel really good about it. Love the emotion now, but know why the emotion's that way.